Big shout out to Irma Legacy who attends St. James High School. St. James High School is located in Montego Bay, St. James, Jamaica. Thank you, Irma, for choosing Geography World. Big shout out to Talia Lotion who attends Erie High School. Erie High is a government-assisted school located in Shipara in South Trinidad. Thank you, Talia, for choosing Geography World. For this video, we will discuss the answers to question 3 on the 2021 May-June CSEC Geography Paper 2 exam. So for question 3, we're given a map of the Caribbean labeled from A to G, where to answer the questions that follow. So you're to state the names of any 5 of the countries identified by letters A to G on the map. Alright, so let's go back to the map while I tell the names of the islands. So for A, we have Guyana. For B, we have Trinidad. For C, we have Dominica. For D, we have Dominican Republic. For E, we have Cuba. For F, we have Belize. And for G, we have Jamaica. So let me go again. For A, we have Guyana. For B, we have Trinidad. For C, we have Dominica. For D, we have Dominican Republic. For E, we have Cuba. For F, we have Belize. And for G, we have Jamaica. Any 5 and the marks belong to you. Now, part 2 to the question, you're to name one non-renewable resource used for commercial purpose that is found in any 4 of the countries identified. So any 4 countries that you have selected from the 5 that you have given previously, you're to identify one non-renewable resource. Now remember that non-renewable resources, these are the ones that are fixed or limited and cannot be replaced. Alright, so let me give you a few from each of these islands. So for Guyana, we have gold, bauxite, and natural gas. So that's Guyana, we have gold, bauxite, and natural gas. For Trinidad, we have oil and natural gas. For Dominica, we have volcanic rocks. For Dominican Republic, we have gold, silver, and bauxite. For Cuba, we have nickel, iron ore, and petroleum. For Belize, we have bauxite and gold. And for Jamaica, we have bauxite, gypsum, and lead. Only 4 you need from each country, 4 islands, and only 1 non-renewable resource, and the 4 marks is yours. Part B to question 3 asks that you differentiate between renewable resources and non-renewable resources. Now, renewable resources are infinite resources that they have the potential to be replaced over time by natural processes and can be used again and again if they are properly managed. Examples of renewable resources include water, trees, fishes, and sunlight. On the other side, we have non-renewable resources, and these are natural resources that are limited or fixed, which once used up, they cannot be replaced. Examples of non-renewable resources are like bauxite, gold, coal, and petroleum. So once you have given a definition for both, then the 4 marks should be yours. So for part C, you are asked to explain how any 2 factors may negatively affect the growth of the food processing industry in the Caribbean. Now, 2 factors that may negatively affect the growth of food processing in the Caribbean are: the first one is the change in prices in the market. Now, individuals are now demanding healthier products, which could basically affect the Caribbean, as the Caribbean produces a lot of sugary and salty products. So for example, they produce sugar, they produce rum, they produce coffees, they produce sweets and juices that now persons are asking for health conscious products. So they will now have to try and meet the needs of the changing market. And this could be, or this could have some severe negative effects on the food processing industry in the Caribbean. Now, as it relates to their market, the Caribbean could also lose valuable markets due to the high price for the manufacturing of products. Now, remember that the Caribbean is small and the cost for food processing or any industry in the Caribbean is oftentimes higher than other places in the world. So it makes it a bit difficult for them to compete on the world stage. Hence, they tend to lose valuable markets, and due to the increase in food production, they can and might lose even more valuable market. Now, if there is a decrease in raw material, so for example, persons in the Caribbean are no longer finding the agricultural sector attractive, so there is a sharp or a significant decrease in persons participating in agriculture. And remember that agriculture is basically the base for a lot of the raw material that is used in the food processing industry. So with the decrease in agriculture, this will also lead to a decrease in food production or the manufacturing, and this will basically force the food processing industry now to source the raw material from other countries. Hence, the price would have to increase again because they would now have to be importing the products that are required for the food processing industry. Now, the Caribbean is prone to natural disasters such as drought and hurricane, and this can basically affect the quantity as well as the quality of the raw materials which are produced, and this can basically affect the food processing industries severely, right? Now, part D to the question, let's get to part B. So those are just a few of the effects that can basically, those are just a few factors that may negatively affect the growth of food processing. There are other factors, but those are just a few. For part D, here to explain how two measures implemented by Caribbean government have assisted in the development of the food processing industry in the region. So measures implemented by Caribbean government to assist in the development of food processing industry of the region are: one is that the government provides tax incentives and duty concessions on imported material. Thus, this basically lessens the amount of money spent on the importation of raw material. So this is a win-win for both the government and the food processing industry, right? Another thing that they do is that they also provide financial assistance and advisory services to food processing industry. Thus, this boosts the amount of manufacturing goods. So you imagine the government is lending you loans to go ahead and produce. They're giving you subsidies to basically produce or to manufacture more goods in their country. So this is helping to boost the manufacturing industry or the food processing industry in the Caribbean. Now in Jamaica, the government has basically developed agro parks, and these are agricultural plots of land that they allow persons to use to create their farms, and in turn what they do is they basically supply the food processing industries with the raw material that is required. This is another step that the government has used to basically boost the food processing industry. And CARICOM members as well in the Caribbean, they enjoy duty-free market access to other countries in the region, and this helps to boost production rate in the Caribbean.
We are at the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and please remember to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your post notification bell in order to receive more videos like these. Leave comments below suggesting topics that you would want me to present on. In the comment section below, comment the name of your school and the territory for a shout out in my next video. Until then, bye!